governor's mansion. You're listening to the Krows Corner Podcast.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, what's up?
It's your boy Adam Mills.
This is Wahamiyd.
And we got an honorable guest here tonight.
What it do?
My man Scrap.
AC Scrap.
Yes, sir.
And let's not forget Gov is in the building, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Man, my man, we go back, I don't know, like 3 years. Prior to diapers or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, kindergarten, first grade.
That's what's up.
Deep history.
It's a pleasure to be here with y'all fellas tonight,
you,
man.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks for coming, man. Thanks for being a part of the movement, you know what I mean?
You dealing, right here is one of B-More's finest, yo. East Coast finest. Forget that. You know
No
what
doubt.
I'm saying?
Support your local artists. Support your local talent.
I don't even
want
want to say local. When you got a talent like my man Scrap here, it's beyond local. The sound is not local. I mean, you respect it from a local standpoint, but it's more broad, man. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't like to use the word local. It's like it's like saying somebody that's balling in the NBA, he G League. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
And you know that somebody, he can put up 40 points on LeBron.
He in the G League, but he can put up 40 points
on
in
LeBron,
the NBA.
Any night. You feel what I'm saying? So
No question, you know what I'm saying? Basically, you know what I'm saying, tonight, you know, hit y'all over the head with a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, wisdom, you know what I'm saying, some jewels, as we like to do. I like to just, first, shout out to all our listeners, you know what I'm saying, our fans out there, you know what I mean, wherever you at, DMV, stand up, topic that we want to cover tonight, you know what I'm saying, as we do frequently, talks about, important issues to the community, you know what I mean? And what we want to discuss tonight, in part, is economic stability, you know what I mean? Being able to, as a community, you know what I'm saying, support one another economically and to stand and be sufficient economically. And why is that important? You see what I'm saying? What's the reason behind that? What's the rationale behind that, right? So, really, I'm going to start with a story, if you will, about Black Wall Street, So,
and we're not talking about the game over California, right? We're not talking about him.
No.
Gotcha.
Well, you know what I'm
he's
saying?
Black Wall Street too.
Right.
Yeah.
When you say Black Wall Street, right? You're thinking about, you know what I'm saying, Wall Street being a financial capital of America, if you will.
Black millionaires.
Absolutely. With the whole Black Wall Street thing, the term was coined by, I believe it was Booker T. Washington, if I'm not mistaken. Gov, fact check. But
my phone won't reach the Google fast enough.
Yeah. So it was coined by a prominent African American at the time, right? And he basically was saying that, you know what I'm saying, this city, these people, this community, right? Not only were they thriving financially, you know what I'm saying, but they were thriving independently as well. You know what I mean? And they were kind of forced into that situation, right? So this takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Around the turn of the 19th century, right? And it's important to know our history. Why? You know what I'm saying? Because other nationalities, other groups of people know their history. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then they take pride in their culture.
Absolutely, and that's what it's about. End of the day, taking pride in your culture, and also, you know what I'm saying, helps to identify or enhance, knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying? Who you are. We have a long legacy in this country.
Booker T. Washington.
Booker T. Washington, absolutely.
Fact check.
Yeah, facts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Good
so Booker T. Washington coined that phrase, right? This community basically came about as a result of the Jim Crow laws, right? Jim Crow laws is segregation, right? With segregation, that's saying you can work here, but you can't live here. See what I'm saying? You can spend your money here, but you can't own nothing here. You see? Matter of fact, they couldn't even spend their money there, right?
Certain places.
It got to the extent where you couldn't even use the restroom in certain establishments, right? You couldn't even drink the water from the fountain in certain establishments. You couldn't sit down to eat at certain establishments simply based on what you look like, you know? So during this time, we talking about the late 1800s, early 1900s, right? All across the eastern seaboard, you have America is booming, right? You know what I'm saying? It's fairly new, and the move was to go out west. That was the big thing. That was the jump off. We know the history. It's about the land grab, about the natural resources. At the end of the day, with natural resources, you control the economy. You see what I'm saying? So, due to the Jim Crow laws and the segregation laws, where people of color weren't allowed the opportunity to participate and own things in the communities where they were or where they worked at, it was like a migration thing, right? You know what I'm saying? And a mass land grab. When you talk about land grab, I'm talking about like people lined up, families lined up, in the thousands.
So from what you was telling me, this land was free.
The land was free.
These acres or whatever.
Well, it was free after it was conquered. You see what I'm saying? When you say conquered, you mean the native people
took them from the Indians.
Exactly. We're not even going to say Indians because that's the native people, right? So, with that being said, right, the whole organization was dedicated towards this land grab, right? They wanted to take the natural resources, and this is a time where it was wide open, right? So the black community at that time saw this as an opportunity to move away from the segregation and maybe have a little bit of freedom.
Okay, so this segregation was before the land grab.
Segregation is happening all around the country.
But I'm saying, was this happening before? Or it was during?
Yeah.
Okay, so during this part or timeline, was Black Wall Street formed during this time when it was getting the land?
Yeah, it absolutely was formed. It was formed in, the years that follow. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Tulsa, Oklahoma, where this took place at, was essentially, the state was divided in half, right? You had the northern half, predominantly black cities and townships. Then you had the southern half of the state, which is predominantly white cities and townships, right? So the point of the story is this. The Jim Crow laws, my bad, or the segregation, right, forced us to kind of stay contained in this self-contained kind of situation. Because we couldn't spend our money in other places, the money stayed in our own communities. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When the money stayed in our own communities, being that a lot of people at the time already had knowledge of, how to culture, agriculture, etc. Black Wall. Okay, go with the facts. On Black Wall Street, there were African American attorneys, real estate agents, dentists, entrepreneurs, doctors, and many other services in the neighborhood. 1,000 businesses, right? Over 1,000 different businesses and homes and things of that nature, right?
And all this money stayed there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the point I want to make. Well, that's the question I want to ask. Governor said the money stayed there. Did they have, how can I put it in simple terms? Did they have businesses outside of just black people?
They weren't allowed.
Meaning like, did they have white customers and stuff like that?
They were forced to be segregated.
Right. They were forced to be segregated.
Right.
They weren't allowed.
And then they ended up rich as a result.
Absolutely. So we can't participate.
So basically, like I said earlier, before the mics were on,
Right.
segregation is probably better, especially in these days and time.
It's not.
Why you say that?
Because they have a hidden agenda. At least we can peek in there. If it's segregated, you're not even going to be able to peek in there to know what's going on.
That's true. You gotta be able to, you know what I'm saying, see the complete picture, see the whole picture, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you dealing with, or you forced to deal with an adversarial mindset, you see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about survival. Literally,
Exactly.
It's about survival. It's about life or death, you know what I mean?
See, like this thing that everybody keep talking about on Facebook, where they say the movie Us,
Yeah.
that Jordan Peele is
Yeah.
coming out with.
Yeah.
It's about we should get out of America because the wall is to keep us in. But if you really think about it, run to Africa if you want. What resources do they have to deal with nuclear warfare? They'll wipe us out all in one. It'll be a whole genocide. Easy, too.
It's definitely
I
thought-provoking.
never thought of it that way, yo.
You wouldn't, because they don't want you to think of it that way. They want to cloud your judgment talking about, see, like, nowadays, mass hysteria is not created the way it's used to be created. Nowadays, it's created over Facebook, social media, any type
Absolutely.
of platform that reaches the masses in a second.
Yeah.
So if you telling every black person, oh, you supposed to be locked in and that's what the wall for, the best thing to do is go back to Africa, the majority of the dummies is going to do what? Follow the rest of the crowd, run straight to Africa. Now you got millions and millions on top of black people that you can drop a bomb on and it's a wrap. We ain't got to worry about them no more. We ain't got to deal with none of that. The ones that's still here, we can lock them up in camps because it ain't even enough of them to fight back.
Absolutely. And the thing about it, too, what a lot of us don't remember or what we should bring to mind is sweat equity in this country, meaning that we built this country, like, with our hands, you see what I'm saying? Like, the roads, the buildings, the infrastructure, like, it was laid down by people of color, you see what I'm saying? And so, this country is just as much ours, or even more so ours, right, than any other people, you know what I'm saying? So the thing to think about is, you know, how come we don't own nothing? You see what I'm saying? Why is it that, you know, we dealing with a system where our people still struggling from day to day? Why is it that we got to turn to other means of earning revenue or making money? You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I was saying. Why don't we just give it ourselves?
Because every time.
Why don't we just open up stores and buy from ourselves, yo? That's all I was saying.
Think
Let
about
me ask you a question.
every time it's been done. Every
Let me
time
ask,
we
I'm
built
going to
it
ask him
up.
a good question.
Yeah.
That's going to be super easy, and now you can answer it yourself. If it was that easy, would Bill Cosby be locked up right now? Would he?
No, he
If it was
wouldn't.
that easy.
But my thing is this.
I mean, he done things. Don't get it wrong. Punishable, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, would they have been going at him if he wasn't trying to purchase NBC, or if he just kept staying in the shadows like he was doing?
Absolutely. Is there agenda? Is there agenda there?
It was the fact that he was trying to purchase a network, and they spanked him.
They spanked him, slapped him over the head, beat him with bricks, whatever
Check-
you want to
My
call it.
Right.
My thing is, but you.
But
So
check-
it's no
Hold
way.
on, but-
it's put in place for us to fail.
But
It's never going to be a point in time where they will allow one foot to step in front of the other.
we gotta take it.
Hold on though. This is my thing. You got to
Basically, at the
okay.
end of
So
the
so
day,
you so
gotta
you
take
so
it.
so take the what's my man from Cuba that passed away not too long ago?
Castro.
Castro and
Castro.
Chevette. Yeah,
That's why they killed him.
So take that
You
approach.
talking about Che Guevara?
Che Guevara.
Yeah.
Take that approach. My thing is this. This is my theory. You move like a disease, move like a cancer. How it grows, and then it's out of control, and the next thing you know, it kills its host. My thing is, what Bill was trying